Hi there, today I am back with a hair growth update. So my last video that I did was a little over a year ago, and it was, I want to say 1 or 2 months after um, I had shaved my head bald. So this video is just an update of my progress since then. To give you a little backstory, I had been dealing with hair loss for about 10 years. So I had the same bald spot for 10 whole years. And last year I finally decided to take consistent action in order to solve whatever issues that were going on with my body. So I will say that in the beginning, I focused on doing a lot of topical things like rubbing oils on my scalp or hair growth products, and that quickly came to a halt once I realized that those things weren't working for me and they were also irritating my scalp. And I realized that I needed to, for one, heal my scalp because I was experiencing inflammation, and two, I had came to the conclusion that I needed to heal my body from the inside. So there were a number of things that I did to get to the point where I'm at now. I'll share those another time, but right now I'm just sharing my progress. So last year, I want to say it was September 7th, I had noticed that I noticed some new hair growth, and what that is I noticed some little pricklies, and that helped me to know that it was new hair. So how I discovered them was I would always, when my hair was short, I would always run my fingers through my scalp. It was just a habit. And that one day when I did that, I felt some sharp little prickly hairs, and it blew me away. I was so surprised, but also so grateful at the same time. I was in tears. It was one of the most heartwarming moments of my life because it had been so long since there was any type of activity in that area of my hair. So one thing that I will add to that is I did also notice certain things change in, I want to say, towards the middle or end of last August, because at the beginning of August I went on a 5-day water fast, and right after that water fast, when I started to refeed, and I was also eating a lot healthier, like the quality of foods were a lot better that I was taking in, I began to notice blood flow in the crown of my scalp where the hair loss was. And that the moment when I felt that, I was like, oh wow, I finally feel some blood flow there, which wasn't normal for me because prior to that I used to try to do like scalp massages and stuff like that, and I still wouldn't feel any type of activity there. It wasn't numb, but the feeling there was very very low or limited, to where if I would poke it, like I can feel it, but not really, not how I can now. So did the water fast cause this hair growth to happen? I would say that wasn't the only thing. I would say that probably contributed to it, but there were many other things that I was doing. So I think it was just everything together that helped my hair to start growing back, along with I guess time. So is my hair grown back 100%? No, it's not. But the most important thing is that it is growing back. In the beginning, I felt like I was in such a rush because I've seen other people completely grow their hair back in 2 months or even 8 months, and I feel like I let go of that after I wasn't seeing that type of progress, because I also had to think to myself, like, it took you 10 years of damage to get to this point. So you're gonna have to give yourself time. It's a process, you know. At the end of the day, my body and my body cells are still working to repair itself. So how I would say my hair is growing is, the first phase that I noticed was, I feel like it's starting to grow back around the most healthiest areas first, which is like, I noticed around the perimeter of the bald spot, it started growing back first, and in the spots where my hair was just thin and not completely bald. So it started growing back first where there was actually hair at. And that's what it's actually still doing now. So I'm assuming it's just gonna continue to fill in until it gets to those parts where the bald spots actually are. And I'm completely okay with that. I got time. And yeah, so one thing that I did notice is that it grows in like phases or patterns, meaning it'll grow for a couple days and then it'll stop for like a week or a couple weeks, and then a little more growing, and then it'll stop. And how I know is because I'm actually able to feel it, and it feels like when it starts to grow, and it feels very sensitive or tender in that area. And I'm also able to feel like little lumps. It sounds strange, but that's my experience. And I feel like the reason why I'm probably able to feel it, because normally you cannot feel your hair growing, but I feel like the reason why I am able to feel it is because it's probably you know, new hair follicles that are forming, because there were parts of my head that were like shiny bald head. So I'm guessing that's the reason why. I don't know. But I'm thankful for it, and that is my update. If there are any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And also, I'll leave a link for my first video in the description box. And thank you for watching.